Lovely Capricornians, welcome to your April 2020 reading. I hope this reading finds you well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay indoors. Let's try and globally try and squash this virus, which is really taking its toll around the world. So I wish you best wishes, many blessings, and stay healthy. I want to thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting on my channel. Your support means a lot. Thank you very much for all your support to my channel. This is a general reading, Capricornians. It's a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Rising and Moon sign. I'm just laying out your spread here. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Also, you know, timing's different for all of you because you're all unique, you're all individuals, your natal charts are all different. So sometimes listening to past months sheds some light on what you're going through at the moment. So, you know, we've certainly got the time if you're in isolation to sort of have a cruise around my channel, see what is there for you to listen to draw strength from, wisdom from. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can go to my website, follow the link below to my website, and you can book a private reading from there that's going to be specific to you. So here we go. Let's have a look at what's in store here for you. It's an interesting month for you, April. My lovely Capricornians, it's an interesting month. There's been some reflection. I want to say to you, there's been some reflection. There's been some shift that's occurred with a water sign, male or female, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It could be sun, rising, moon sign. There's been a lot of reflection, a lot of thought. There's this person's had quite an influence over you, over your thinking in the past few months. Some of you might be having this person come in April as well, but they've got quite an impact here. It's about getting in touch with your heart space, getting in touch with your emotions. My Capricornians, you're overthinking. My head is hurting here. I'm picking up on your energy. I'm feeling like there's a real tension in my head. That can indicate that there's a lot of thinking, a lot of processing, a lot of introspection, which is not a bad thing. That's how we review where we're going, what we're doing, what we've done, and how we're changing and how we're growing. But just also balance that out with some grounding things, you know, whatever you can manage. If you can allow out to go for walks, do that in isolated areas. Do things around the house. Do some gardening if you can, if you have a garden. Do some grounding things as well, which starts to move your energy, because I get a feeling that there's a tendency for your energy to get stuck, and so that needs to be moved. Cook, whatever it is you like to do that's going to earth you, that's going to ground you. That's going to be really important to keep that energy flowing, to keep that energy moving so that it doesn't get stuck. Let's have a look at April as we head into April. You've got the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords, you know, there's something you've done well. So maybe you've done your processing. Maybe you've made changes, that necessary changes. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's going to actually see you moving forward. There's success in some processing that you've done, because here you've got the swords again. The swords are about learning, knowledge, mental activities, thinking, processing. So you've been doing a lot of that, and you've reached a point in April where you think, right, you know, I've processed, I've done that, I've thought about things, I've made changes, I'm ready to move forward here in my life. I'm ready to move forward from a situation, from an old way of thinking, of a pattern of thinking. You're ready to start moving forward to brighter days, to better days. For some of you, it's what you do for work, something that you've done. If you work on a mental brain sort of thinking mode. There's something that you've done well that you can celebrate. You sit back and think, wow, I've done well with that. I've done well. I need a pat on the back. I can congratulate myself. I'm coming to a completion of something. I've really processed something. So it's really interesting. Whatever that is for you. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, I've got to say, you're busy. You're busy. You're busy. There is work. For those of you that are working from home or still going to work, you're flat out. You're busy. There's hours to put in. There's work to be done. And that can also be self-work, self-processing, thinking creatively about where you work, how you work, what you do, how you can expand it, how you can increase your finances. There is work. So there's busyness around you. You're really quite busy, which is also improving your financial status, your financial situation. So absolutely, you're going to start seeing that start to come forward in April as well, and it's also you mulling over, you know, for some of you it's journal writing, it's processing, it's mulling over things that you want to change, things that you want to bring in place. So it's going to be different for all of you. It's going to be different for all of you. But what's underlying all of that is the Emperor. And you know, you are feeling quite strong in April. You are feeling quite determined and in control in April. The Emperor is quite a strong figure. Can be very cold and removed as well, you know. So are you making decisions where you're needing to be practical, you're needing to remove yourself emotionally from a situation, and you need to make some hard decisions here. So there's some difficult decisions here for you to make, but you're going to be able to make it. It's about being strong, looking at things objectively, not subjectively, and making those choices that you're needing to make, processing it. That makes sense to me because there is a lot of internal processing here for you, and there are choices and decisions here for you to make that are coming up for you as well. But you've got the resources, you've got the ability to do that, to make those changes, to bring those changes into your life, which the next card speaks of, the Success card. This is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is celebration. It's being recognized by your peers, by others, for a success, for something you've done well, something that you're doing well. You're going to receive, it's going to be acknowledged. You're going to receive acknowledgement. Some of you may be winning an award or getting a promotion or getting a pay increase, but there is acknowledgement for something that you've been persevering at for quite a while. You've been sort of quietly going about your business, quietly doing what you need to do, but it's finally being recognized. So something that you're doing, you do well. So whatever it is that you're processing, that you're thinking, that you want to put in place, there's good results to be had here in April. There's good results coming here for you in April. So that's really good. So keep going, keep putting in the effort, keep putting in that work, keep persevering, don't give up, keep pushing it through, because you do start seeing fabulous results. But not only that, people are recognizing the work that you're doing, what you are doing. You're getting an acknowledgement there as well. So as we keep moving through April, you've got the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is male or female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person that is around you, that is a source of strength, encouragement around you, support around you. This person sort of thinks bigger picture, is really pulling you along out of your headspace and taking action, doing things, putting things in place, is proactive. Let's get things moving. Let's get things doing. What can we do about a situation that's going to improve it? It's also a very confident person, a very don't mess with me sort of person, can be a little bit controlling and bossy, a little bit too pushy for you. So just get this person to a place where you're comfortable with what they're suggesting, what they're bringing to you, what they're showing you, what they're teaching you. Okay, for those of you where this represents you, it's about you reaching a position of feeling really confident. really happy about where you are, what you're putting in place, what you're doing, and really determined to do it your way, not being influenced by other people, and being very protective about what you've achieved and how far you've come. So that's it's a really sort of an inner strength that you're finding here in April, which is really good in helping you move forward. Move along. You've also got the star. A lot of signs have got the star, and it's no wonder. We are in a time globally where it is a time to reflect. A lot of people aren't working, they're in isolation, they're reducing the social interaction, and so that is going to create this introspection, that is going to create this inner reflection, this balancing out, a balancing of emotions, whether that's meditation, whether that's processing things that are coming up for you, because it's night time. These cards always represent, these blue cards always represent for me the shadow self, working with the shadow self, working with what's been buried in there, working in what you've been denying. And it's very easy for us to self-deceive when we can keep ourselves busy with all sorts of distractions. But when the distractions are taken out of the equation, it is a time for inner reflection. There's no running or hiding from what needs to come up to the surface and needs to be looked at with ease and grace, and processing that with ease and grace. But it's also going to ask you to look at things from a distance. Remove yourself. Look at it from a third person's perspective. Look at it from some other perspective other than how you've been viewing things. So there's going to be some sort of shift happening here, where you're not viewing things the way you used to view them. You're viewing things, there's an opportunity to look at things differently, to look at things from another angle, from another perspective, and get that wealth of wisdom that comes from that, from maybe walking a mile in somebody else's shoes, which is going to be really telling. It's going to give you a lot of information. It's going to allow you a lot of growth as well. That inner reflection and that introspection is going to give you this ability to just sit and daydream, sit and wonder, sit and look at all the achievements you've made throughout your life. And if you're young, the achievements you've done to this point and where you're heading. If you're an older Capricornian and you've achieved a lot in your life, what else is there? What have you always wanted to do that you now have the time to do it? What ideas have you wanted to hatch? What have you been thinking about? What have you been reflecting on? What have you been dreaming about that you want to manifest, that you want to now, let's do this next chapter, let's do this as my next phase. Now that I have the time, let's bring this into reality, something that you've always wanted to do. Here's an opportunity to do this. You've been thinking about it a lot. So it's about, let's see what you can do to bring that into reality, to actually materialize that into your reality. It could be a hobby, it could be painting, it could be pottery, it could be cooking, it could be, whatever it is, that you now have the time to do that in this time of self-isolation for so many of you. That's also going to trigger the Judgment card. Don't you love the Judgment card? The Judgment card is, with this time of reflection, things are going to be released that have been buried. And this is the self-deception that I've been talking about. This is what we bury and don't want to look at. These things are going to come up. So it's going to be triggers. There's going to be dreams. There's going to be, in your introspection, in your reflection, things are going to be released from deep down, released to be looked at, released so that you can release them, that you can let go of that grip that they have on you, so that you can move forward. So there could be triggers, there could be communication with people from the past, there could be thoughts about situations and things from the past that are going to come up for review. This is the card of review. So don't hold on to them, don't deny that they're there, just allow it to come up and release it. Ease and grace always, ease and grace always. And by the end of April, that you're going to see results. You're going to start seeing the benefits of April, of what's been going on in April, how you've been living your life in April, out of adversity, out of difficult situations comes wonderful ideas, creativity from people, different ways of doing things, connecting with people over the wires, over Skype, over phone calls, over emails, catching up with all of that sort of side of things because everything's slowed down. You're going to be doing something that's going to be quite productive for you. It's going to see results, and you're going to start seeing results of whatever it is you're putting in place by the end of April. That's going to start coming through for you, which is absolutely excellent. I'm also going to do a 4-card spread this month on using these wonderful cards. I love these cards. They're so playful, but with huge meaning. So let's have a look at what cards you're going to get here in your 4-card spread to see, get a bit more information for you for April, and more words of wisdom for you, more insights. Because this is just about giving you insights, you know, things that we might just move along with. This gives you some sort of insight. These are gorgeous, these cards. Okay, so let's have a look. A lot of the similar cards are coming up for people. It's really interesting. So the first card you've got here is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is about, you know, with this card, with this deck, it's as above, so below. As you think, so you manifest. As you think, so you create your reality. Your thoughts manifest into your reality, whether you know it or not. Your self-talk, your expectations. So as above, so below. So it's about being reflective. Meditate if you meditate. Just journal. That's another form of meditation. Just journaling. Going within, exploring that spiritual side of you, expanding on that. And so what you're creating in that balance of spiritual energy, of raised vibration, that's going to start manifesting in your reality. And if we as globally send out love, send out healing, and manifest health and beauty, that's what Mother Earth's going to give us. So maybe too we need to do that on a global level. But in a microcosm of your reality, it's about your self-talk, how you're feeling. Stay positive, because that's going to create your environment. That's going to create what you're surrounded with, which is going to be really important. Here you have the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords, it's interesting, the cards that come up for people, you know. This is about taking time out. This is about taking time out to rest. Time out. So if you're in isolation, enjoy it. Enjoy that time. Don't fret about, oh, I'm bored, I want to get out, I need to. Just do some activities that are going to bring you joy. Just relax and rest and do what this time that we find ourselves in calls for. Allow your imagination to be explored. Your dreams are going to become quite active because all other distractions are taken away. And so it's about using this time to really just recover, recoup, reflect, and grow on a spiritual level for all of us. For all of us, because the result that's going to bring is, you know, this is the world, and the result that's going to bring is one of expansion, of beauty. We will, you know, come out of this. There is an end to all of this. This too shall end, and it opens up. I feel like for you, my lovely Capricornians, there's going to be a change in how you do things, a shift in how you've been living and how you are going to continue from this point. So it's a great turning point, not just for Capricornians, but for everyone. It's an opportunity for a great turning point, looking at your life and seeing what needs to be changed, what you need to bring into your life to give it more meaning, what is important, but things that you put in place are really going to take off. The world is your oyster. This also denotes communication over across water, across the oceans, over the ethers, on the internet, that exploration as well. And your final card is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups here is nothing is as it seems. You've got a fish coming through the window where it should be a bird, really. The fish should be in water. But nothing is as it seems. Expect the unexpected. Have no expectations, have no judgments as to what is unfolding for you. Embrace it and just show appreciation for whatever comes your way. And think, oh, well, that's interesting, rather than judging it. Because things are going to be, expect the unexpected, but embrace it and don't judge it, because things are going to be different. There's going to be a shift. So that's really interesting. That's all for you for April. Capricornians, I'm going to draw a card from my Psychic Tarot for the heart. Let's see what is needed here on a heart level for you in April. What words of wisdom are there for you? Lead. Lead by example. You're so grounded, you're so nurturing, you're so motherly, it's like Mother Earth, really. It's about you leading the way. All your knowledge, everything you know, everything you've learned, it's about leading by example. So maybe for your family members, for the community, that's what's going on for you in April. Leading by example, leading with the knowledge that you have, the skills that you have, bringing forward the best you. I'm going to draw a card from the Angels of Abundance cards, because I like these cards. They always summarize readings really well, and it's about your mantra, your affirmation for the month of April. Let's see what card is going to come out for you. They usually just jump out at me, and these are taking their time. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it says face your financial fears. Face your financial fears, because there are solutions. When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, leave nothing to fear, or have nothing to fear, I should say, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. So it's about releasing that fear and being creative about how you can increase your finances, the changes you can make, but always things will be provided. The universe always comes through, so have this expectation of things just working for you, that's going to come to you, because that's going to make a world of difference. I wish you many blessings. If you'd like to book a private reading, my lovely Capricornians, go to my website. You can book a reading from there. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay out of crowded spaces as much as you can, and I will see you next month.